So just recently, Hyung-woo Shin, the 2019 Korean national champion, won a major VGC tournament, Victory Road, San Francisco. That had up to 1,500 players. One of the Pokemon in its roster is Mega Blastoise, which is one of those Cinderella stories, as Blastoise was left behind by its fellow Gen 1 starters, Charizard and Venusaur, in the meta of Pokemon Champions. There will most likely be an influx of people wanting to try the Champions build, or make a mix that follows the principles of the winning Mega Blastoise. We will discuss how it works and what we can do to have a better matchup against this. As the meta constantly changes, the information I'm discussing is relevant as of recording on August 2026. Though the traditional Mega Blastoise tries to make use of its ability Mega Launcher, which boosts pulse moves by 50%. Now you're asking, what are pulse moves? Well, they are moves with a pulse in its name. And Aura Sphere. Yeah, it's more of a translation issue. Anyway, there are like 5 pulse moves that Blastoise can learn. But people only use Dark Pulse and Aura Sphere. This champion variant, however, barely uses it. Barely uses any of them. We'll come back to that later. For now, we break down the stats. This Mega Pokemon has above average solid defenses. A base 120 defense, which becomes 140 with 0 investments. It also has a base 115 special defense. This translates to 135 with 0 investments. This adds a layer of survivability to aid its average base HP of 79. That's 154 HP with 0 investments. So, the main issue that made Mega Blastoise kind of clunky is its speed, as it's slightly below average. It's kind of needs a help in that department. 78 doesn't get you that far. With modest nature, meaning no nature to boost it, it will cap out at 130. With a nature that boosts it, like Timid, we can do 143. And it's kind of too fast for a Trick Room team. We can try to do quiet negative nature for speed. The lowest it can go is 89. So it's bad to barely passable for the Trick Room spectrum. Its sell point is its high special attack of 135. With a modest nature, that's 205. Compared to other Mega Pokemon, the special attack's kind of average, but compared to regular Pokemon, 205 is kind of high. It is a water type, single type, which means it is weak to grass and electric. It takes double damage from both of those. And it resists steel, fire, its fellow water types, as well as ice types. So, how did Hyung-woo Shin make Mega Blastoise work? It's fairly simple. He opens up with a Shell Smash. Now, Shelf Smash is a risky move as it decreases the defense and special defense of the Pokemon by one stage. That's a 33. Um, that is a 33% deduction, or a third of their defenses. But it boosts, in exchange, it boosts the attack, special attack, and speed by 2 stages. That's 100% increase, literally doubling its stats. So if we're going back to earlier, well, actually, even here it says modest. So we're going to follow the part that it's modest, so that's 205 special attack. That's 410 now. And that poor 130 speed, that is now the above average 260. The drop in defenses are manageable, coming down with 93 for defense, and special defense is about 90 after the Shell Smash. The Champions team comes with 3 Pokemon meant to keep Mega Blastoise alive. So both Incineroar and Sneasler have Fake Out to ensure just one Pokemon hits Mega Blastoise. The combination is fairly sound because of Blastoise's slow speed. He will usually do Shell Smash last, so the enemy will hit into Blastoise when it still has good defenses. And with Incineroar or Sneasler doing Fake Out, they will ensure that only one Pokemon hits, meaning it will definitely not one-hit KO Blastoise. And by the second turn, they will switch into Sinistra, whose ability Hospitality will heal Blastoise. Then Sinistra can start spamming Rage Powder to redirect attacks to it. A lot of remember, Blastoise is weak to Electric and Grass, which Sinistra resists. And Sinistra also has Trick Room in case the opponent follows up with a Trick Room to negate the Trick Room. Now, you can see in my visual aid that the team has no form of weather control. And that is on purpose. We'll get to that in a bit. Just mentioning the other 2 attacks Mega Blastoise would usually run. Well, for the champion, it's a pulse move. His is Dark Pulse and Protect. Though in the data in Pikalytics, because I think this is the data from traditional Mega Blastoises, so they have Dark Pulse and Aura Sphere, as well as Fake Out. Though I would admit Aura Sphere will go well into enemy Archaludons. Anyways, addressing the lack of weather control, or actually he doesn't need to win the weather wars for this. He will use your weather against you. Rain teams may come with Pokemon that resist water moves, but the rain boosts water moves by 50%. So it kind of plays against their resistance, essentially reducing it from half damage to 25% damage reduction, if you know what I mean. It's not exactly that, but that's the idea, or that's the basis of the champion's team. He will essentially use Blastoise to handle rain teams. And my guess is it's also done with Delphox, since it also is a setup type. We'll discuss Delphox in a different video. To put into perspective how absurdly strong the Archelodon, the Mega Blastoise's water spout is. Oh yes, I forgot to mention what water spout is. It's essentially a water move that's base 150. It decreases in power for each missing point of Blastoise's health, or Mega Blastoise's health. That is why we have Sinistra. It's to keep Blastoise healthy, so it can keep hitting the opponent with water spout. Just to show how ridiculous the power of Shell Smash, then water spout spam. So the Pokemon the damage calculator I have here pits Mega Blastoise in the rain against the tankiest Archelodon build I can find, and that's 32 HP, 32 special defense. The Mega Blastoise's water spout, even at half damage, will take out between 85 or 84.2 and 99% of its health, leaving it with 1%. And that sounds impressive, but it gets even more impressive as the Incineroar runs Helping Hand. The number I ran is still without Helping Hand. With Helping Hand, it will boost it to the range of one-hit KO territory. Of course, I also would like to compare. That was the hard mode, by the way, the hard way, hitting against a resistance. If the Mega Blastoise were using, testing, has a Aura Sphere on a boosted boosted by Shell Smash. I mean, this hits for nearly 89% overkill. It's enough to almost take out Archelodon twice over. We are in the trenches now. As we will now begin discussing what can we do about Mega Blastoise. We have a handful of strategies we can try. It's pretty straightforward. We prevent it from setting up or hamper the two things that make it work, which is speed and damage output. Note that each strategy I mention alone will not beat Mega Blastoise. It's the combination of things. The things I will point out will help you beat it. The rest is up to you, or you can employ multiple strategies I mentioned, which will most likely work. Let's see. So first up, the first thing we need to touch on is we have to get rid of his babysitters. He literally has 2 fake out Pokemon, and that alone will give you a hard time. It doesn't matter who your ace is. If you have 2 Pokemon in your party that has fake out, you will most likely give your opponent a hard time. So One of the ways we can start off is a fast fake out. We want a fake out. We want a Pokemon that outspeeds Sneasler, so that the fake out will beat the quick guard. Weevil is a good example. It's always been it's recently rose in popularity as an anti-meta pick against Sneasler. Now, this strategy is dependent on how you predict your opponent. A seasoned player would be skittish enough to protect Blastoise, while someone who doesn't understand or is unfamiliar with Weevil might still go for it and get off a Shell Smash, luckily. The other two strategies to nullify the bodyguards that have fake out on them are either a Pokemon that's faster than Sneasler doing quick guard or upper hand. Yeah, we have Talonflame for that as an example. Quick guard or upper hand. Or a Pokemon like Serena and Farigiraf. They have their abilities. Queenly Majesty and Armor Tail are Xerox copies of each other. They basically prevent the opponent from hitting you with priority moves. This will negate, or this will make them unable to use Fake Out. So opening with these, either of these, is the strategy. But your mileage may vary. Is because if you haven't noticed, the Champions team is riddled with Pokemon that literally are Serena and Farigiraf's weaknesses. You know, Incineroar being fire and Sneasler being poison threaten Serena, and King Gambit being dark threaten Farigiraf. It will also depend if the opponent is copying the Champions team composition 100%. Next is to, now that we've touched on his bodyguards, we can talk about strategies to directly neutralize Mega Blastoise. So pranksters like Whimsicott and Sableye are most definitely sought after for this. We have Whimsicott can definitely shut down Mega Blastoise, whether it's Encore to lock Mega Blastoise into spamming Shell Smash, Spore or Tailwind to negate the speed boost. Heck, we'd even settle for Prankster Sunny Day for 50% less water damage. Then there's also Taunt to lock the Pokemon from using non-damaging moves. So, you know, like Shell Smash. Of course, it's also a bonus that you lock the opponent from using Protect. You fire this on turn 1, you're faster than him, usually the interaction there is if you hit someone with a faster taunt, and the opponent basically skips their turn. So it's effectively like a fake out. And then there's Sableye. His kit is also impressive, and he has the added bonus of being a ghost type, so he's essentially immune to being faked out. So that one I would prefer over Whimsicott, as you have to pair it up with something like a Weevil or Serena or Farigiraf to make sure it doesn't get hit with a fake out. But so yeah, Sableye being ghost is immune to normal type moves. So Sableye's kit is there has some similarities. It also can do taunt, which is great. It also has Thunder Wave paralysis. Secondary effect is it cuts the speed of the affected Pokemon by 50%. So that's the base speed. So if you cut his speed in half and he doubles it, it's just back to normal. The Shell Smash will just neutralize the Thunder Wave, but he he will still be a slow 143 speed, or 130 speed. I mean 130 speed. Then then we have Squash, a move that makes the target go last. Another good pick, of course, as I mentioned, Talonflame already has the quick guard and upper hand. It also has the ability Gale Winds, which gives priority to flying type moves, so we can do priority Tailwind. It is similar to Prankster Tailwind, so you can set that up, and that will make you on par with Blastoise's speed. Or actually, you probably want something that's actually a lot of Pokemon can outspeed it once they're under Tailwind. It's 130 speed, just go above 130. Now, of course, the partners of the above-mentioned Pokemon must be capable of hitting Mega Blastoise for large damage. I'll leave that to your imagination. Another strategy we can touch on is Trick Room. This will definitely screw over Mega Blastoise that relies on going first, as Trick Room reverses the turn order, making the slower Pokemon go first. Now, the Blastoise can pivot and not do Shell Smash, but 130 speed in the realm of Trick Room. I mentioned earlier, even if the Blastoise was zero speed, it's not a good Trick Room Pokemon, so things will still outspeed it. That beats the purpose. That's the entire reason why the Sinistcha has a Trick Room. It's to negate your Trick Room. Once you have that threat assessment, just double onto the Sinistcha. It's not as tanky as a Farigiraf, so the right amount of attacks can definitely KO it. We have a category of fast grass types. A max speed Venusaur with Chlorophyll can outspeed the Blastoise, even a modest one. The Blastoise in the Champions team caps out at 130, so that's modest. And modest Venusaur is 132. Even if you doubling both, that's 260 versus 264. He beats him by 4 points. And of course, this implies Venusaur needs someone to set up the sun. I mentioned earlier that the philosophy of this team involves using Blastoise against rain setters. So if you have Drought in your team, you're not going to be facing Mega Blastoise, you're going to be facing Mega Delphox. So the purpose for the purpose of this strategy, you're going to rely on Whimsicott. I mentioned earlier, can do Prankster Sunny Day. We're going to use or leverage the closed sheet format ranked doubles has to our advantage. So just to clarify, closed sheet means they cannot see, they can only see the Pokemon, they cannot see its moves or its abilities or its items. The open sheet format is for tournaments. So in that scenario, Venusaur definitely will never see the Blastoise, because Once they see one of your Pokemon have Sunny Day on them, they will definitely use the Mega Fox. Then we have something more straightforward is Meowscarada. This one is actually pretty good, as Meowscarada with Choice Scarf will outspeed a Mega Venusaur. No need for setup. No need for. Basically, she doesn't need help. Well, probably the only help she needs is to make sure that the Incineroar or the Sneasler doesn't get to her first. But yeah. Even at Jolly Nature, Meowscarada's Flower Trick is a guaranteed crit, meaning even if the opponent opens up with an Incineroar, the Flower Trick ignores the Intimidate in the damage calculation. As you can see, it is a guaranteed one-hit kill if Meowscarada aims a Flower Trick at a Mega Blastoise. Another strategy we can go with is Wide Guard. It is one-time use at best. You can get up to 2 hits with your partner Pokemon with this, because despite Wide Guard being spammable, the Mega Blastoise will use its alternate attack. I think that's the only reason why the champion brought out uses Dark Pulse. It's to hit for neutral damage, so it can stop Wide Guard users. Now you potentially can get a second hit from the turn it. So okay, to reiterate, you have one hit from the initial Wide Guard, so the Wide Guard blocks the Water Spout. Then you get a potentially second hit from the Mega Blastoise attacking the Wide Guard user. That's potentially, air quotes, because the player might relegate it's the Mega Blastoise's partner and have it protect. That completely depends on how much damage output your partner gave, and he realizes it's not worth getting rid of the Wide Guard using Mega Blastoise. And lastly, we have the Unga Bunga option. Hit Mega Blastoise with priority moves. You double into Mega Blastoise with priority moves. Now I understand the champion team packs a Sneasler with Quick Guard. This is not a foolproof strategy. I'm discussing this for the people that do not like the options I presented above. For some reason, you're averse to using Whimsicott, Sableye, Talonflame, Trick Room, or Weevil, or anything with Wide Guard. So this is the desperation option, and this banks on the fact that the opponent did not put Sneasler out first, because it takes a turn to switch in the Sneasler. So you have like a one window before that option is gone. So what priority moves, like here examples: Sucker Punch, Extreme Speed. We even have Brave Bird, Gale Wings, Brave Bird from Talonflame. Again, Gale Wings gives +1 priority. Right. That's the end of my visual aid. That's all I can touch on regarding the Mega Blastoise. Hopefully, the information I have provided will make your matchups with him more palatable. All right.